So I had a guy who called in today and, scheduled a coaching session. I ended up having a few extra minutes. I picked up the phone and I talked to Jeremy. So anyways, Jeremy told me throughout the conversation, he said, Leo, I'm just not comfortable buying puts right now because, it just looks so bullish. Jeremy said, Leo, it is so bullish. I cannot, I can't buy puts. Because he said in CNBC, they say the market is going to go higher. Bloomberg says the market's going to go higher. Goldman Sachs and all the Morgan Stanley analysts, they think the market's going to go higher. And I told him, look, bro, did you watch the last video? He said, which one? I said, well, one of the guys been trading with us for a little while. He finally took 10K to way over $1 million in like 8 trading days. And he said, yeah, I watched that. He said, yeah, I mean, he was, talked a lot of common sense in that video. And I said, yeah, well, did you pay any close attention? Because here's the thing, guys. You got to pay close attention to some stuff that really can make a critical difference, right? There's no way that he could have listened or watched to the entire video. The guy didn't take notes. I guarantee you that, because I asked him, hey, did you notice one really crazy thing in that video that Jackson recorded? And he's like, what is it, Leo? I said, well, I want you to go back and rewatch it, and we'll get back on the call in 45 minutes. He's like, no, man, please just tell me now. I'm like, okay, listen. If you go back to the end of the video, like the second half of the video, you're going to see where he's showing you all the trades. And guess how he was making all this money? He's like, no, I mean, I was just listening to what the guy was saying, but like, no, dude, did you go literally right now and go pause the video? He's like, oh, okay, so I'm like, I'll hold for 2 minutes, but just go do it, because like, let me just show you how far off focus you are, and it takes focus to make fucking money, guys. You want to be a trader that goes million plus, you got to be focused. So he's like, okay, I got the video up. I was like, look, go to this minute. I can't remember. It was minute 15, 16, 17, whatever. When he's showing all the trades. And there's also like a slideshow in there that shows all the trades. You can go and rewatch it. The point is this, guys. Fuck it. The point is this. There was not a single trade taken on the call side. Yes, the market is moving high. Yes, it's setting highs every fucking day. But guess what? This trader goes from 10,000 to $1 million plus, which most of the people don't get to do unless they do what? They focus. He doesn't go and he doesn't text me every morning and say, oh, Leo, this shit looks so bullish. And I'm like, Leo, what are we shorting today? Fuck, let's go. Okay? Like, that's the whole point, is focus on what makes money. Now, I asked Jeremy, I said, do you see the fucking point? Do you see there's not a single trade taken on call options? All of them are put options. He's like, oh my God, Leo, I didn't even realize it. Holy shit. So it's like, there's over a couple of hundred trades in there, and all of them are buying put options. And like the same guy, Jeremy, on the phone, he's like, Leo, but what do you think about spreads? What do you think about, selling options? What do you think about, like, I'm like, dude, focus. Focus on one thing. The simpler it is, the more money you're going to fucking make, okay? So we don't do spreads. Spreads are garbage, okay? Don't do fucking spreads. Don't do goddamn verticals. Don't do any of that shit. All of these stuff that sounds so fucking smart, okay? That makes you no fucking money compared to the money that you make on put options if you focus on getting your timing right, if you focus on getting your charts right, if you focus on getting and staying with the same strategy each and every day. Because like this guy simply could not understand, well, how's that possible? This guy taking over 200 trades with Leo in 8 fucking trading days, and he's made over 100x on doing what? Buying nothing but put options every day. We're buying fucking put options. Guys, I don't even remember when I bought a fucking call option on anything. The market's been fucking hitting highs every day, okay, which tells me what? Okay, options are super underpriced when it comes to put options, and yet I can give you an example daily. I can give you ticker after ticker daily of a stock that is actually considered to be a high quality stock. It's a company that's not a fly by night. It's been around for a while. That's been, a grand probably success at one point with all the Wall Street analysts, and yet all of these stocks, not all of them, right, but a good number of these stocks, they're dropping 20 to 30% on one single trading session. Now think of this. If I just told you two things, okay? Like, for example, you're thinking, well, Leo, what did drop fucking 20, 30% today, huh? Well, MNDY, ticker MNDY. Monday.com drops fucking 30% when? On a fucking Monday. Okay, August 11th, 2025. Okay, and if we go back every day last week, well, what was it? Well, shit, I've told you guys, I've posted a podcast about it. I said, look, and even the video where the trader tells you, he shows you the loss on LLY, because we've been at it, right? I'm not changing the fucking strategy just because LLY is losing us, a few $100,000 on one trading week. No, we're going to go back at it. Guess what? We were just a week too fucking early. Well, Leo, I can't be early in my trade. Well, how the fuck are you supposed to be nailing any goddamn trades then? By definition, when you're entering the trade, you should be praying that you're early because the worst thing that can happen to you is you're taking the trade when you're fucking late. So if you want to make money, by definition, every trade you are taking, thank God if you're early, because that's the only way you're going to make money if you're early. If you're too late, you're not going to make any fucking money. That means the trade is gone. The move is gone. It's past. So, okay, we were early 1 week on LLY. Well, guess what? We made up for those losses because LLY has dropped from, basically our target in the prior week ended up materializing in the following week. So, not only we recovered all the losses, a lot of the traders did that traded LLY puts the second week, but that's one of the stocks that dropped by 100 fucking points on Thursday. Okay? And guys, I'm telling you, there's a stock after stock after stock, but like right now, I just told you two things, okay? You think the market is bullish. I mean, this is how crazy this is, right? So, we're 13 market moves. Okay, we go both ways, right? There are times where we buy calls. There are times we're buying puts, but no, we're not buying any fucking calls right now. You got to be absolutely out of your fucking mind to be buying calls on anything right now. I mean, maybe besides VIX. VIX is in like a danger zone. I'm telling you, the most dangerous zone for VIX is when it trades between 15 and 17, because if you study the history of every crash where VIX actually shot up to above 20, 25, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 VIX, okay? It all started with a breakout between an area of 15 to 17 VIX. And considering there's so many things that have actually gone wrong with the economy that the market has ignored over the course of the last 120 plus trading days, and considering the market is up 30%, there's a lot of shit that can go wrong. I mean, you could be looking at VIX today at 15, 16. I mean, you're going to wake up tomorrow, VIX is at fucking 32. What the fuck are you going to do? Buy calls on fucking SPY? Get the fuck out of here. So the point is this, I just given you a recipe, okay? When the market hits all-time highs, okay, you're not buying calls. It's fucking ridiculous. You're going to hear media tells you, oh, well, the market is so solid, the job market is solid. This is all garbage. I mean, they just, what we've been telling you for the last few years, they just fucking confirmed on the last job report. And, Trump made it even worse by firing the person in charge of the report. That shit was wild, right? So, like, he actually fired the person that's in charge of the economic data, not because they've been calculating the shit wrong for like the last 5-6 years, but because they reported poor numbers. Well, the poor numbers that were reported are still going to be revised next month, so the shit is probably that they reported was rather rosy in relation to what the actual number should have been. So, and maybe for that reason, the market has not dropped as much as it could have today. ahead of the CPI number tomorrow, because people are probably thinking, well, hey, now that Trump appointed somebody, well, they're not going to fucking dare put out a good, a bad CPI report tomorrow, right? Well, logically, it's correct. But considering the point that we have been making, recording podcasts and videos over the last few years, I basically said, look, there comes a point where you cannot hide the numbers. I mean, they're just so bad. You can manipulate the numbers. You can do whatever the fuck you want with them. You can do bat flips and so on. But there comes a moment when numbers that deteriorate at such a speed, you can no longer hide them. So, and especially now, more so now, okay, after what has transpired, after the job report revision, I'm not sure why people has reacted to it in the way they've done, because job revisions have been so common, not under Trump presidency only, but they go way back throughout the entire fucking Biden presidency. And that son of a gun fucking rolled back more job reports than any other fucking president in the world. So, I mean, any job report with Biden, goddamn, you're talking about job revision. You go and you look at the job revision last August. I'm talking about August 2024. We're talking about almost 1 million job revised for the entire year of 2024. So basically anything that Biden reported was reported on the Biden administration from January 2024 until August job report was marked completely reported incorrectly and was revised down by like 900. I don't remember the exact number, guys. It was like 940,000 jobs. So if you divide it by 8 months, I mean, that's over 100,000 jobs each month on average that was overstated during the last year of Biden presidency. So, and now, I mean, surprise, surprise. Well, why didn't fucking Trump fire that person then? Okay, when he became a president in 2025, that's shocking that he's firing them now, because now it's just like the market. I apologize for the lengthy explanation, guys, but what I'm really trying to fucking say is this, okay? The point is simple, okay? The market, it doesn't matter what CPI number you're going to get tomorrow, the market is not going to believe it, okay? So if you're going to focus on the CPI number, okay, you're going to miss the whole action in the market. So the CPI number can come rosy because, well, if it was your first day on the job, after Trump appointed you, you probably wouldn't want to fuck up. So you'd be like, oh my God, well, what do we do on this fucking CPI report? Holy shit, you're probably losing sleep over it. Come the day tomorrow, you're supposed to report it. Trump's calling you, hey, did you get these numbers right this time? Be like, oh, the fuck, fuck, I'll report whatever you want, sir. Okay, report it. So, I mean, who gives a shit what the fucking CPI number is tomorrow? That's the whole point, right? Because if there was any legitimacy to Trump firing the same person that fudged fucking every job report under fucking Biden, okay, I mean, it's, a movie should be made about this shit. This is just retardedness beyond fucking, I mean, this is... Anyways, the point is, don't focus on the CPI number. Focus on the reaction of the market to the CPI number tomorrow. And what I'm telling you is, don't even, the initial reaction could be higher, it could be lower. Overall, the market's going to drop. And we're basing this based on the charts, based on the behavioral patterns, based on a few other things I'm about to reveal to you. But the point is this: don't be just focusing on the number, damn it, okay? Because if you're going to focus on the number, you're not a trader, okay? A trader does not look at the number. When you trade, you're supposed to be able to decipher what the 2 or 3 day or 4 day or 5 day reaction of the market to that number would be, which sometimes includes ignoring the initial reaction of the market to that number. So, you know, based off everything we track here at Etherium Market Moves, the sequence is bearish as fuck. I mean, it basically on daily basis over the course of last 2 weeks, I mean, the sequence is screaming top. We're getting a lot of 6s, 11s. I mean, we're getting a lot of moves that portray a solid top information. Now, I'm going to throw a couple of things at you so you can do some homework for yourself, so you can start paying attention to some things beyond of what's talked about in the news. So often the earnings season is going to give you a clue. So just for comparison purposes, if you tune in to any channel that covers earnings reports, they're going to tell you earnings report looks so good. Oh my God, well the numbers are so good. Oh wow, well I can't believe they're beating the numbers. Well, just for reality check, the numbers were already fucking lowered. And a lot of companies are missing these numbers. Not only, as I explained at one point with Starbucks, in a lengthy explanation, basically I said, well, companies are reporting more revenue, but at the same time, they're losing more money, which is basically in a nutshell, it's called stagflation, okay? So from here, you don't improve on the earnings numbers. And yet, that's what the entire Wall Street is trying to convince you of right now, that there's going to be this magical broadening into the market, and magically all these broke dick smaller companies, they're going to do so much better. They're going to catch up to the big boys like Meta and other fucking AI plays, and all of a sudden they're going to play catch up. And that's why you should be buying the smaller names right now, because man, they're going to be acquired, they're going to be bought, they're going to report crazy fucking earnings. In reality, all these smaller companies, they're the ones that are missing a lot of earnings. So if you look even at some of the greatest, so recently we shorted GUOL. So, and this is, guys, like, you should be looking at this stuff right now. If you're listening to this, you should be sitting in front of your laptop or your phone at least, and you should be pulling up like on stock charts, or you should be pulling up maybe like a 2-week chart of these stocks. I'm going to give you 2 tickers that are very critical to the market right now. So first ticker is DUOL. DUOL, or Duolingo, right? That's been analysts' favorite, high growth stock, looking solid into the future, all that great. So anyways, it goes into the earnings report at 340. We're buying 340 puts. Now, this company does not trade weekly options. And then the next morning, it's up 160 points. What do? Oh my God, Leo, what did you buy calls? No, I just told you, we have not bought a single fucking call option in a couple of months. So what do? We buy more puts on Duolingo when it's up 160 fucking points. And look at where Duolingo is today. It's at 340. So not only did we not lose money on the 340 puts that we bought before this shit went fucking 160 points higher, but we actually made a shitload of money on the ones that we bought when it popped the next day higher. So the next ticker I want you to look up is HUBS, HUBS, HubSpot. And so that one is notorious, right, for pumping higher after the earnings report and then selling off. And so those 2 stocks are notorious for making big moves. And not look at where HUBS is today, right? It's like, holy shit. So it popped 40, 50 points after the earnings report, and now it's 100 points below that. So the point here is simple. You have 2 great companies, 2 great colossal earnings reports where they beat on revenue, beat on earnings, they beat on forward-looking guidance. Everything looks just, my God, can it get any fucking better than this? Well, it turns out all of this shit is already priced in, and people are freaking out. And after the initial bounce, what do they take? They take profits every fucking day now for 4 or 5 trading sessions. What does that tell you? Okay, that tells you it's a fucking market top. Now, you wouldn't understand it, right? If you're not looking at these charts right now, you wouldn't be able to visualize this. If you're listening to the news when these companies are announcing earnings, you wouldn't be able to understand why these companies down 200 to 100 points lower after the initial pop. Okay, but yet that is the reality. That is the current reality of the market. And on day-to-day basis, you have companies like this that could initially pop and then follow in, 4 or 5 days after the earnings report, they're trading. Not only they're losing all the gains that derived from the initial earnings report reaction, but they're doubling the losses on top of those gains. So, I mean, this is I would say a 13 market moves definition of a top. Now, I have given you a ton of examples earlier in the earnings season. We have, your basic companies, like they're more like utility companies, like a Charter Communications, right? That drops 100 points in 2 days. Like that's, that was a straight move 3. What I just described to you on GUOL and HUBS, that's like a move 2. So you have a lot of companies that are making these 20-30% drops on day-to-day basis from various sectors. It doesn't matter if they're growth stocks, it doesn't matter if you're utility-related stocks, cable companies, it doesn't matter if they're pharmaceutical companies, weight loss companies like LLY. These stocks are dropping like flies. This is not something you see in a bull market. This is something you see at the late stage of a topping formation. And you could argue that sometimes we see it in the tech sector. Sometimes we see it in financial. Sometimes we see it in some other. But when a variety of sectors are creating a move 2 or 3 pattern, it is not a bull market. What it is, it's a bullshit market for somebody that is trying to buy the market top. And I don't know anybody in the entire fucking world that has made money in 2007, 2008, when the market hit the fucking top. Like on certain stocks, do you realize it takes 10 fucking years to recover your money on a trade? Like it's beyond ridiculous. So this strategy, clearly, if you've taken any of the 13 market moves courses, when the VIX is in danger between 15 and 17, and you have a variety of market sectors that are creating move 2, 3 formations, basically painting you a clear market top. But yet the indexes are still trading. Like today, we had NASDAQ intraday hitting all-time high. What do? Guys, you should guess by now, we bought NASDAQ puts. And it's not what the media is going to tell you. You're not going to tell you to buy fucking NASDAQ puts when NASDAQ is hitting a high every fucking day. But when you look beyond the indexes, okay, when you look underneath the hood at the components of the motor that is driving the market, the motor is no longer operating on 8 cylinders. It maybe is lucky if it's operating on 4. Those are the current market conditions that we have now. So the point is, you may be looking at the indexes daily and you're getting confused, and it may be uncomfortable like it is for Jeremy to be buying fucking calls, to be buying puts, but yet that is exactly what you need to be doing now. And you need to you need to cut out all the noise, guys. I don't know how many times I've told anybody that trades with me, just cut out all the fucking noise. Just don't focus on this, don't focus on this, focus on this. Focus on the fucking move, dude. Focus on the move. And sometimes the moves, they come close, We saw the move on LLY a week before, and we went for it. And it didn't work out. Well, guess what? The difference on the charts, it was just, 4 or 5 trading days apart, and then the trade finally came through and worked in a big way. And so you understand how not changing your strategy on day-to-day basis just because of the garbage they're telling you in the news, it makes a difference if you show up every fucking day and you execute. Now, as always, I have some traders that don't understand this and be like, well, Leo, I lost money on LLY last week. Why do you want me to buy puts on LLY again this week? No, Leo, I'm not comfortable doing that. That's the difference between the guy who makes the fucking money and between the guy who doesn't. You know, you're not supposed to be comfortable trading. You know, if you feel comfortable about the trade, I can guarantee you 99.9% you can feel cozy and comfortable about the trade, and it is the number one indication that you will lose fucking money. I don't ever want any of my traders to be comfortable with the fucking trade. Being comfortable with the trade is no good, guys. You should not be comfortable with the trade you're taking, because at some point you arrive at a point where you're like, man, I'm not paying attention to my emotions. I'm paying attention to the strategy. And the strategy market is at all-time highs. VIX is 1517. It's about to break the fuck out. You know, you got variety of sectors that are set in the top daily. You got an insane amount of stocks that are dropping 20 to 30% on a single day. That is not a definition of a bull market. And if you're like, look, and if you need any more stuff in there, I mean, for those of you that are not even keeping the track of the market sequence, I mean, Jesus Christ, but why aren't you? It's so easy. Track the move on a calendar. Damn it, just write it down. Then you would know, like, no, today we're not buying fucking calls. We're not buying calls tomorrow. I don't give a shit if after the CPI number we're bouncing. Guess what we're doing here at 30 market moves. I mean, you can put a gun to my head and you can't get me to buy fucking calls tomorrow. Okay? Because it's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid to be buying calls here. Yet Tom Lee on CNBC, he'll tell you that the market is about to go to 6,500, 6,600. We're forever bullish. The market can never fucking drop. Do you understand, like, how fucking crazy this is? That this guy in February we set the highs, at like 6,300 or some, I mean, give or take, whatever, plus, minus 40 points. The guy said, look, when we're going to 6,000, man, you got to buy the dip. And then we went to 6,000. And then when we're at 6,000, the guy said, Tom Lee was like, man, we're hitting 5,900, man, y'all got to buy the dip. And then we went all the way, every 100 fucking points we were dropping, the guy was telling you to buy the dip. So if you bought the dip fucking 13 times, guess what? You'd be at 4,800 on S&P 500, which is exactly where the shit ended up being. And so, and now CNBC inviting him back as he is the greatest fucking strategist of all motherfucking times. That is pure fucking insanity, guys. This guy's fucking glorified by all the people that are hoping that buying the dip is going to work. And the fact that he's still bullish, and the fact that he's going on CNBC almost on like 2-3 day basis and telling you that the market is so fucking bullish, right? Man, do I need to throw any more reasons that this is the perfect time to short the market? Well, how about oil? Oil hits 70. And hits a critical level. We caught some nice shorts on oil. I ain't gonna lie. You can go review the last video where Jackson showed you all the trades on oil. Guess what? He's made like over 400,000 on oil last Friday. And since then, like, we caught the nice entry there. And, Thursday, Friday, shorted oil. Oil hasn't been going up ever since. And the point is, very rarely in the market does oil not catch a break. And I think oil has not moved much today, but oil is going to move like a wild man tomorrow, the next day. Come Friday, holy shit. You're about to see some crazy fucking moves in oil. So the reason I'm bringing that up is because, options pricing has everything to do with whether you're able to put a 10 or 20x trade together, okay? Options expiration has everything to do with whether you're able to put a 10 or 20x trade together. you know, let me explain just a little bit. So, for example, today's August 11th, and tomorrow is the CPI number at 8:30. So if you're trading S&P options, S&P futures with options, or NASDAQ futures with options, or if you still don't listen to anything I've mentioned in the last 1,500 videos, podcasts, and you're still trading SPY only, and you're refusing to go beyond your comfort zone and learn some other trading instruments that could make you a ton more, right? If you're focusing on these options because of the CPI number tomorrow, they're overpriced. So, for example, at the time I'm recording this, S&P is at 6,400 on the futures, and your 6,380 strike puts for tomorrow, okay, they're around 16, 17 bucks. That means that S&P would have to make a move of 60 points between now and tomorrow for you to just basically 2x or 3x your money. Now, the same trade is on oil. Oil is at 64 and some change right now. Your 63.5, 63 strike puts on oil futures utilizing options, they're only like, 7, 8 cents. And oil has potential to drop $2 on the same catalyst. Now, the reason I'm coming up with that size of the move is because if you look at the recent history of any day where S&P has dropped by 40 to 60 points, oil has made a move of $2, roughly, give or take a little bit, okay? So there's a great chance oil could drop $2 tomorrow, and if it does so, then oil trade on the same catalyst makes you 10, 15x, while S&P puts only make you 2 to 3x, considering that the move is not going to exceed the 60-point range, which is basically is a given because the computers have been programmed. But I dare you to look not just at, whether something is going to go lower or higher, right? As a trader, guys, you got to look at the cost of options, and you got to go for the trade that could make you the most fucking amount of money based on the size of the move. The size of the move, you can study historically based on the charts. Okay, but you also got to pay attention to the behavioral patterns. And it is never good when oil continues dropping multiple sessions in a row, because ultimately that is how you derive at a 2007, 2008 collapse. That is how you arrive at multiple collapses. Do I need to mention the fucking COVID crash? Where was oil? Oil went fucking negative during the COVID crash. Some of you still don't know that. Some of you still, don't understand how the fucking oil prices go negative. That's all for another video, guys, or another podcast. But the point is, the current shift in oil prices telling you that the market is weak as hell. The current behavior in quality stocks that institutional investors love to buy, like DUOL and HUBS, at the same time as what's normally considered as defensive type stocks like cable companies, CHTR, okay, like healthcare companies like LLY, when all of them are able to produce 20 to 30% drops in a single trading session, I'm telling you now, this is not a fucking bull market, okay? I don't give a shit what these Wall Street analysts are looking at. Sometimes they're blinded by their bonuses and paychecks and bullshit that they're being fed during another breakfast meeting. I'm telling you the truth and the fucking reality of the markets today based on the 13 market moves formula, and I am fucking telling you now that for the next 4 or 5 days, the market could absolutely drop between 5 to 10%, which could put S&P anywhere from 6,000 all the way down to 5,800. We could see that move between tomorrow, August 12th, and the following Monday, let's say the following week, okay? So the market is not ready for it. The options pricing, despite of me explaining you where the S&P 500 futures are priced at, and yes, I did say they're overpriced, and the ultimate way to trade that if you're shooting for a 10 or 20x would be to shoot oil, to short oil, or, there's a couple of other trades that, guys, there's just so much shit that's happening in the market. All I'm going to say is if you have not made your $1 million trading options, if you have not made your $1 million trading options yet, I want you to get in touch with us. Now, some of you guys that are listening to this, maybe you've traded with me in the past. Maybe you've traded with another coach in the past. Maybe you missed it by a little bit. Maybe you missed it by a lot. Maybe you didn't show up at a critical moment. I still, guys, there's so many fucking stories I can tell you how a guy tells me he wants to make millions, and I'm texting him Sunday night because I'm like, dude, you got to get in these trades now. I'm like, man, I just got off my flight, man. I'm tired. I'm gonna have to get some sleep, man. I'll just take some trades tomorrow morning. Well, if the guy got in the fucking trade on Sunday, by Monday morning he would have made $500K with the trades I was giving him. But guess what? The guy decided to take it easy. Get some extra little sleep. Guys, I mean, this is just, look, I can give you like 100 examples of stupidity that traders do that prevent them from reaching the stuff that they want to reach. They say they want to do it. But when it actually comes time to doing it, hey man, I got my man, I gotta, look, I almost don't want to give specific examples because some of these guys, they know I'm talking about them, but like, it's anything, like, it's always family, well, but I gotta take care of my in-laws. I got a birthday party. I got this. I gotta pick up my kids from school. Like, none of that shit matters. Am I saying you're not supposed to get your kids from school or kindergarten or whatever the fuck? No, no. Your kids should be your fucking priority, absolutely. But guess what? It only takes 10 seconds to place a trade. And unless you're, someplace in the mountains when there's no connection, internet connection, you're in like some fucking island with no connection, like there's no excuse not to take 10 seconds to place a trade. So guys, you know how many times, like, man, shit, I gotta tell you this. So one time I have a guy that signed up. He's like, Leo, I'm ready. Oh, Leo, I'm ready to fucking roll. The guy's on the airplane. I'm like, dude, take this trade now before the plane takes off. And I'm giving him a trade. By the time the guy lands, the trade is up like fucking, I can't remember exactly. It was 15-20x. It was stupid. It was like S&P puts or SPY puts, same day expiration. The fucking plane lands. I'm like, dude, you're supposed to put 50K in this fucking trade. Okay, you'd be at like 1.5 mil right now. And he goes like, oh, Leo, but I was afraid. I was going to be in the air. I didn't want to take the trade. I was afraid because I couldn't watch it. Like, I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Just because you can't watch a trade, like, what are you going to, just because you're watching the trade, all of a sudden it's going to do what you fucking wanted to do? That's got nothing to do with you, man. All the calculations were done a fucking ahead of time. Just like it's going to be surprise to the entire market when Bitcoin is going to fucking drop and Ethereum is going to collapse over the next few days. And, Tom Lee is going to tell you to buy the motherfucking dip again the entire week, this week and next week. That's not going to be a fucking surprise to us here at 13 Market Moves. Do you see what I'm saying? There's just, guys, focus on the same things. When the market is being stupid, you focus on stuff that works. And for those of you that are uncomfortable with buying puts, go and watch the last video where one of the 13 Market Moves traders, he traded with me that week. But guys, honestly, you could do it without a trader, without the coaches here as well. You don't have to trade with me. I heard some of you are fucking scared to trade with me, which I don't know why. I don't get it. Like, why would you be scared to trade with me? I'm going to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. And I'm going to tell you to hold the motherfucking trade till you're going to probably shit in your pants. And, and I'm going to tell you to hold it even after that. So, and it just, that's like the most critical thing that most of the traders miss. They overreact to short-term moves in the market, and when they see the trade begins to move against them, they start panicking. They start talking about bullshit stop losses, which you cannot set stop losses on weekly options. Are you out of your fucking mind? Because if you do that, you will, by definition, the definition one is this: you got to be ahead of the fucking move. Okay? If you're late to the move, you're done. You're not going to make a 10 or 20x trade. So by definition, you always have to be ahead of the move. Well, sometimes you could be ahead of the move and the trade could still move in the opposite direction. If you have a stop loss sitting there, you will get killed, and you will get executed on a good trade that, say, tomorrow is going to drop by fucking 40 points, but guess what? You had a stop loss and it went $5 against you today, and you couldn't fucking take it because, well, your wife walked in and she asked you, honey, how's it going? And you looked at your P&L and you're like, we have to cancel our vacation, baby. And she said, sell your fucking position now, you moron. And you're like, yes, baby. Man, get some fucking balls. Okay, when your wife walks in on you, okay, and you see your fucking position is down, you look her straight in the eye, okay, and you say, baby, I hope you're fucking ready for the wildest ride of your life, okay? And as a matter of fact, honey, go put something sexy on, all right? You'd better be ready for me when I'm done with trading tonight, okay? So you don't have, bro, the moment you give woman details, you will never fucking hear the end of it. So she don't need to know. Well, what positions you have? Or is it, oh, baby, is the market up or down? Or do you have puts or calls? She don't need to know shit. What she needs to know is this: she's got a good man by her side that's doing his best every fucking day to make sure that ultimately she goes on that fucking vacation that she wants. Because honestly, guys, I don't know of many guys that I trade with that do not trade, okay, for the reasons that, you know, they want to, almost every trader I have, you know, if we're to boil these down, they all trade because they want to make more money for their family. They want to make more money for their church. They want to make more money for their significant other. They want to improve people's lives around them. But yet, okay, those people around them, when they start putting their nose, oh, what trade you got? What is the market up, down? They end up fucking you guys up. So don't allow that to happen. Don't tell anybody any fucking details. Just focus on the plan. Okay? And you've got, look, I've said that in many podcasts before, but I'll say it again. You have to believe in your ability to beat the market. And if somebody's going to walk in on you, like your wife, a significant other, or, you know, whoever is that person that potentially is close to you that's walking in on you or talking to you about while you're trading or your trade is in progress, okay, for the benefit of themselves, okay, they don't, number one, they don't need to know any details because the market is changing all the time. You could give them some details right now that's going to be totally different 10 minutes from now, 2 hours from now. So don't give them any details, number one. Number two, okay, they've got to believe in your ability to beat the market. I don't give a shit how many losing trades you have taken, okay? Number one, you have to believe in your ability to beat the market, because without it, you cannot beat the market in a profound way, okay? And when that person, whether it's your wife, significant other, whether it's your brother, your sister, whether it's your uncle, cousin that's giving you shit about trading, or they think they know something about trading and they've never put a fucking 10x trade in their life, and you're going to be listening to them what the fuck to do. The number one thing is they're going to understand when you make that stance, okay, that you believe in your ability to beat the market. When you finally make that stance and they're going to be able to see it in your eyes, they're not going to be fucking walking in on you, checking on your trades or how's your day going. And, you know, you don't need all this crap. What you need to do when you trade is you need to 100% focus on your trade, on the move, on the time frames of the day when the move can proceed, where the move expansion can happen. That's the stuff that you need to be focusing on, not on their stuff. Oh, honey, I'm up, I'm down. Oh my God, honey, I'm having a heart attack. I don't know what to do. Oh, please bring me another drink, baby. I mean, fuck no, stop it. Stop. Okay? Instead of a fucking drink, go do some pull-ups, push-ups, fucking, I don't know, do some weights, kettlebells, whatever you got at your house, fucking do it. It's going to help you keep your mind cool. It's going to help the other people that are around you that you're actually doing this for. It's going to help them see that you're not a market's bitch. Okay, that you're serious about the market. You're not just going to change your mind, jumping in and out of the trade just because they walked in and you're looking at your P&L and it looks bad and you're like, oh, fuck it, I'm out. Honey, you're right. I should have never taken this trade. Who are they to tell you what trade to take and what trade not to fucking take? Do they trade every day? Have they made at least $1 million in trading? Like, in the last couple of months? I don't know what qualifies them to tell you what the fuck to do in trading and what not to do. But if you're spending, every day trading, you should at least take your time to go study the moves, to go study the charts, to go, sign up with a coach and say, hey, what are these behavioral patterns that you're observing in the market right now? How did you have this guy go from 10K to way over $1 million just buying put options while the market was going higher? Those are the kind of questions you should be asking. What was the position size? How many contracts did he trade? How did you guys do your entries and exits? How many of them were earnings plays? How many of them, where did he make the most money? Was it on futures options? Was it on some other trades? Was there one lucky fucking trade? No, there was no one lucky motherfucking trade. Guys, you should focus on the shit that matters when it comes to trading. And you should, if you don't have the ability in you right now to believe that you can beat the market, then at least trade with a coach that has the ability, okay, who has actually helped fucking dozens of other people beat the market in the profound fucking way when most of the people would bend over and be a market's bitch. Okay, so if you want to conquer your fears, if you want to come across that bridge, if you want to come to the promised land of trading, I'm telling you, you can do it, but you've got to focus, and you've got to focus now while market conditions are such that you can put together 10, 20x trades. And these market conditions could be gone within weeks. So this is the time. Okay, this is the time to build your ability to believe in yourself, to build the market if you are not at that point yet. And the easiest thing to do it, yes, sure, you should take all the fucking courses. Sure, you should, you should study you should be doing all that's a given. You shouldn't even, you should be waking up fucking hours before the market open. You should be going to sleep way past when other traders are already gone to sleep. There are days where you should not even be going to sleep, damn it. If you are a self-respecting trader, there are times when the market is moving in such a wild way where you shouldn't be sleeping. I mean, technically you should try to get on those days like at least a couple hours of sleep, but so you could focus the next day. But like, guys, those moments, I mean, they're not there every day. You should not be not going to sleep every day. There are moments. There could be like 2 or 3 day time frame where you gotta be in it 100%. Or you're gonna 1 inch, that's the difference between hitting some big numbers or not. So anyway, I hope this message reaches someone who's real fucking serious, who's serious about not wasting time trading the way they've been trading up until now. So you get hooked up with a coach. I mean, you trade with me. Hey, you may not like it. I don't give a shit if you like me. I don't give a shit if you like the way I trade. I'm here to make sure that your account is going to grow. And if the market conditions are met perfectly, I'm going to make sure that your account is going to go to the fucking moon. Now, that's a fact. And in the midst of doing that, you will learn how to hold the trades. You will learn how to not to be a market's bitch. You will learn how to not to jump out too early. You will learn you will learn the factors that help you hold the trade and keep you cool, opposed to just watching your P&L all the time, making decisions on, oh my God, I'm up 30,000. Oh my God, I'm down 30,000. Honey, please bring me my high blood pressure pills. I mean, shit. Come on, guys. Just get serious. I want, like, some of you think you're serious about trading, but you're not fucking serious about trading. I'll tell you how I know you're not serious about trading, because you still don't have an account set up on Tasty Trade, which is like the best trading platform right now. You're still fucking around with Robinhood, and that's why, some guy makes $400,000 on oil puts, and you can't even take the same trade because you don't understand what the fuck is the difference between shorting USO, shorting oil futures, and shorting some oil stocks. You think it's all the same. Oh, we short oil because, everything that's oil related is going to go down. No, that's not how this shit works. So trade with the right account. If you're going to call us here and say, well, I'm with Robinhood, I know you're not fucking serious about trading. And yet I've had some guys that contacted us in the course of the last few years, and I told them not to trade with Robinhood, and they're still trading with fucking Robinhood. So there's nothing wrong with trading Robinhood if, you want to make a couple of $100 a day or some bullshit, but they don't have all the tools that you need as a professional trader if you're serious about the markets, if you're serious about making at least a few $1 million. And look, making a few $1 million if you got fucking $20 million account, sure. We can do that fucking tomorrow. But what I'm referring to is an average guy who's got maybe $5 to $30K account, $5,000 to $30,000 account that looks to make $2, $3, $4, $5, $8 million. Like, making fucking $5 million with $20 million, that's not hard to do. But the point is, you understand if I'm talking to you, and if you get it, I'm telling you that don't fucking blink. Don't blink now, okay? You might have had some losses in the past. You might have had a few wins here and there, but I'm telling you, the market is fucking ready. The question is are you fucking ready? 13 market moves. Let's fucking do it.